Glad to see you guys are tuned in here. I'm Alan Jimenez, real estate broker and video blogger, video vlogger. Is it blogger or vlogger? I don't even know the difference between the two. First off, let me check my audio levels for the audio gods out there. Please help me get my audio thing going anyway. So let's take a look. Just make sure real quick that this thing is even working. Let's take a look. Bonk. Hope you guys are doing good. Going over here to Houston Heights Facebook page. Man, I've had that page for 10 plus years, growing over. All right, here we go. Sounds like it's going good. Hey, I can hear myself. Cool. All right, so you know what? This thing throws me for a doozy. You know, you think medical people, you think doctors going to school 8 years, 12 years, and we're still having accidents. But, you know, they're humans, so I can... You know, I hate to say this, kind of say like I understand, you know, you're human, you're going to make mistakes, but golly, what a doozy. This is Fox 26 right here. So I like to just give you guys the raw news. There's no hiding. I like to give you my sources, what's happening. We're going to be talking about this 4-year-old. We're going to be talking about that child murder here in the Houston Heights that assassinated a 9-year-old child right there at Camden. The apartments on Camden. You know, and for those that know the Camden, it's a nice little nice little apartments. It's nice. It's not like like River Oaks or something with its own security or anything, but it's nice. You don't expect that to happen there at the Camden. That's just crazy. But you know, we live in the big city, and you got to look at the overall picture of living here in Houston. You know, we have the good, and I like to share the good, and I also like to share the bad. You know, so just being honest. So here we go. Houston 4-year-old gets an unintentional vasectomy during hernia surgery. Basically what happens is, you know, you don't have to read the whole thing, but I'll put the link in the description. Doctor was supposed to have a hernia operation. Little 4-year-old had hernia. Poor little baby. Oh, little honey bunny. And, you know, the doctor's supposed to double check, triple check before cutting to determine the right tube. You know, I guess the intestines or the vasectomy part. I'm really not sure. The male reproductive organs there. Before cutting anything, he's supposed to double check at the minimum, usually quadruple check, you know, before cutting. This is a person, and he accidentally cut the vasectomy or that part of the reproduction system. You can read the whole story there. God, that is just crazy. Second is the man that yesterday that got arrested or was wanted for that 9-year-old murder has it right here on Fox 26. Golly, look at this.
Was wanted for allegedly shooting his ex-girlfriend and killing her 9-year-old daughter is claiming that he didn't do it.
And Fox 26's Dominique Keith spoke with him today. She joins us live from Northwest Houston at the apartment complex where the little girl was killed. Dominique.
Yeah, the 9-year-old little girl was a member of HPD's PAL program, Police Activities League, and she was gunned down here inside her own apartment. The man who's now charged with her murder says he is innocent. Jeremiah, let me ask you, did you shoot your ex and her 9-year-old daughter?
No, ma'am.
As a manhunt is underway for 22-year-old Jeremiah Jones, he spoke with me on Zoom, telling me he wasn't there at his ex-girlfriend's apartment and saying he did not do it. But why would his ex-girlfriend tell police he's the one who opened fire on her and her daughter?
Honestly, ma'am, I really don't know. I'm just trying to get all of this resolved. Because I was at a gas station on camera minutes before they say, within probably like 15 to 20 minutes before they even said that this happened.
Houston police say it was just before 10 p.m. Monday when Jones's ex-girlfriend says he burst into her Northwest Houston apartment.
There was a short struggle, and the kids stayed in the bedroom, and she was out in the living room. And before she was even shot, he went directly to the bedroom and, for the most part, executed this 9-year-old girl.
Jones's ex-girlfriend ended up shot in the shoulder and was rushed to the hospital where she's expected to survive. Her 9-year-old daughter was shot and killed. Houston Police Chief Troy Finner says, quote, "This senseless act of domestic violence hits home for me and the HPD family. That sweet child was a member of our Police Activities League program."
It just makes me really sad just knowing that, you know, the little girl didn't make it.
People are just shooting people now, and
it's okay, and I'm not okay with that. It's honestly, it's heartbreaking to hear. I'm devastated.
Meanwhile, Jones, who is out of jail on bond for several charges, says he and his attorney are in the process of retrieving store surveillance video that he says will prove he was about 20 miles away from his ex-girlfriend's apartment when she and her daughter were shot. He says he's going to turn himself in.
I have no reason to hide. I have no reason to hide. I'm gonna turn myself in. I just want my lawyer to get all the proper documents for me.
Now, Houston police investigators say they are pulling surveillance video of their own from here at the apartment complex, and they believe it will show that Jones was here at the complex. Now, 2 other children were also home during the shooting. They were not injured. They're now with family members. Houston Police Chief Troy Finner is also urging Jeremiah Jones to turn himself in. Reporting live in Northwest Houston, I'm Donnelly Keith, Fox 26 News.
Well, I tell you what, of course, if he's wanted for murder, he's not going to say he did it. He's going to go, this is the big time. So, unfortunately, he's going to go to court and all that stuff. They're going to have the other video footage of the apartment. So, it's sad to hear this type of stuff, but I hope whoever did this gets, dealt with. And let's take a look here. Now, Fed raised rates. What does that mean for home buyers out there? What does it mean for the real estate market? What does it mean for the market in general? What does it mean for people in the general public? Okay, so real estate is a big part. It's just, the way the economy works is just one sector, the real estate sector. And all this stuff is like a balancing point. But the Feds, with their theory, economists, excuse me. I've got a slight cold. I've been trying to get up. Just a tiny cold. And what Feds believe is that by raising rates, they can lower what's that called? Oh my gosh! Now that I'm live, I can't think. Well, I always do that. The inflation. Boom, got it. Okay, so the Feds believe by raising the interest rates, the inflation will kind of like balance out or slow it down or actually try to reverse it. Now, I do see how the real estate part, the way the sector works, is how it's going to affect the immediate. Okay, so the person that wants to buy a house, wants to buy a property, and got qualified last month, let's say for $400,000, and just to say they barely squeaked by at $400,000 because the interest rates have increased dramatically, 1%, or set 0.75 to 1%. So basically, let's say from 4 to 5 or 5 to 6, depending on your credit, okay? So now that same person that was qualified to barely qualify 400,000 is more likely to be qualified around maxed out at 350,000, 360. So what happens then? Well, what the Feds think and economists think is that what's going to happen is that, we're trying to reduce the home prices. The prices keep skyrocketing. So if we tell the sellers, hey, Mr. Sellers over here, there's not got that many buyers now that can buy your property at that price point, regardless of what price point it is. Everybody's been reduced a little bit, like a little bit. Everybody, if you're buying $1 million house or $100,000 house, whatever, your pricing or buying power has now been reduced. So what that tells sellers, hey, there's no longer a X amount of buyers. Let's just say 100 buyers or 1,000 buyers at 400,000. Now it's only 750 buyers in that price point, which reduces the amount of buyers. And then since the inventory is so low, it kind of pushes trying to get things to balance out, if that makes any sense. It's kind of hard to explain, but trust me, what they're trying to do is balance out this hot, steaming hot market where people have been paying over list price. So even above the appraised value. In the past, remember I've been doing this almost 20 years as a real estate broker, is if the property isn't appraised, well, sorry, Mr. Seller, you got to reduce your price. But now in today's hot market, or the past, it's cooling now, but now they're like, oh, sorry, my property didn't appraise, but you're still going to pay that, or maybe we'll meet at the middle, but now it's going to be the seller's going to be a little bit prone to work with buyers. Good thing for buyers, bad thing for sellers, okay? So getting on, those are remember, I do stock trading as well as a real estate broker. I do stock trading as well, but I pulled my money out during December of last year, as you know, things started. If you study the market, things have started to decline dramatically after December. So I was like, oh, let me just sit on the sidelines. I was supposed to return back March, but then Ukraine-Russia war started, and that messed up the market as well. And it's still kind of like iffy. It's kind of choppy, up and down and up and down. Now, because the Feds raised the rates yesterday, let me pull this up here. Even crypto has is taking a hit, as people are not looking into, risk mitigation, or basically what that means is lowering all risk. And the cream of the crop of risk is going to be crypto, because there's no regulation. In fact, the regulation is so bad that you can check this, just Google this, that Binance and Celsius, some people that were like, companies that are hold the market where you buy the Bitcoins, they were not allowing you. They were not allowing you just the last couple of days to withdraw your money to avoid a tumbling in the crypto market. Now, I don't know about you, but with my hard-earned money that I work so hard for, when I want that money out to avoid losing, I want my money out. And I don't want anybody telling me, hey, no, I'm sorry, we're looking at your best interest, or we're looking at the overall best interest. Screw overall. I want my money out. And I think that's why it's tumbling. It's going to continue to tumble. Let me look at the markets. I'm trying to look at the graph here. I think I have it here somewhere. Here it goes, right here. So in the markets, if you study the markets, there's a lot of resistance right here. It's cropping. And now we're into this. We have a couple of things here. If you go across here, we got some support. It looks like around 20. We got some support, but once it breaks, it's consolidating in this area, which means it's just going up and down. Consolidating. Most likely, it's going to tumble back. It already touched past 20 a little bit, and it's going to go down. Some economists, or crypto economists, say that it's going to low as 8. I'm a buyer at 10, and so I'm just holding off. That's my news for the day. I hope you guys found it valuable. I'm Alan Jimenez, real estate broker, and there's still a lot of homes out there in Houston that are affordable. I love Houston Heights. I'm born and raised. I went to Elms Elementary. I went to Hamilton Middle School. I went to Reagan High School, aka Heights High now, and I went to University of Houston. I love the Heights, but it's hard to find it's hard to find a property in which it's at a good price for you, because it's so expensive here. You're going to pay for that affordability. So a lot of people say, Alan, why are you posting houses that are not in the Heights, dude? I'm like, okay, let me show you a property that so the other day I posted a property that they liked, and I was like, this property sold for $1.2 million. They're shocked. They're like, I can't believe it. I can't believe how expensive it is now in the Heights. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, the only thing you can really get if you have $300,000 or $400,000 is going to be a townhome. And townhomes are great. I lived in townhomes probably all of my adult life, from Edo, East End, to Heights over there. And then I had 2 houses in the Heights, one off of Yale, and then I have one off of 19th Street. But even those taxes were eating me up. I mean, I was paying $800,000 in taxes. That's, what is that, 24,000 something, 20,000? Maybe, let's just say 15,000 with the homestead. Make sure to file your homestead, reduces your taxes. Okay, so even at 15,000 a year, that's, what is that, 1,200? That's not that doesn't include my mortgage. That doesn't include the insurance. The insurance goes up as the value is going up. And then, of course, I didn't have any HOAs. So, yeah, it just keeps on going up and up and up. And I love the Heights. That's where I'm from. A lot of experience. As a broker, I have a lot of realtors that work underneath me. And then I just mentor them and train them. So we all focus on the Heights, the Interloop area. But at the same time, I like to present properties that are outside the Heights. Just it could be a really good opportunity for some people that just, hey, I can't afford it. We are fans of Houston Heights. We love it there. But just unfortunately, we can't afford to live there. We're fans, but just can't afford to live there. Anyways, Alan Jimenez, real estate broker in the Heights, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.